Okay, part 3 of Build Your Own SQLite. Right, so far we've dealt with database structure. We sort of understand what's going on there. We've read through this documentation, database file format. So, at this point, I think we're beginning to make out some of these words. We understand what some of these things mean. We kind of have an idea of the data structure, how all of these bytes are stored, and we were able to print the table names, count rows in a table. We are able to jump to a page and then retrieve the metadata information about that table. Now we need to read the data from a table. So far, the only thing that we were able to read, we were able to read everything we wanted to, but we only read the header section, and that section had all the information of the table. So, for example, the name was already available in the SQLite schema table. Number of records were available in the table header, so we did not have to go through the actual data of the table. Now we need to do that in this stage 4. Before we get to solving this though, I think let's address code duplication and refactor code a little bit, because at this point I can see some of these things repeating again and again. So let's see, what is the refactoring opportunity here? We have this, we're opening the database file, we are seeking, parsing page header, loading cell pointers, reading this information from SQLite schema, and then we are operating on this. So I guess this much of it, pretty much this is common. Let's see. Yes, so this much is common. The only thing that's happening differently in this else condition is that we are also reading the page size. We first we seek 2 byte 16, and then we load the page size, and we sort of just do the same thing again. That's already happening in these two conditions. So let's extract this. How do we want to arrange this code? Let's think about this. So we have a database file. So this page header is actually, we're not using this directly. It is being used to load these records from SQLite schema, and then we are using SQLite schema rows, right? Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's split the screen and create a new class. We'll call it database, and on init we'll give it the database file. I'll call it handle, and then we'll say self dot handle is handle. So we have database handle. We'll do the same thing. Let's actually do this instead. So we want to store some information. Let's say self dot load header. We'll call it that. Create that function. Load header. In this function, we'll say self dot handle dot seek to 16, and we'll set actually set that to none, and we'll say page sizes and from bytes. I will read from the database file. We'll read 2 bytes in big endian, so that is our page size. Then we'll seek to 100, and now we'll self dot. Actually, this page header is not useful directly. Yeah, I guess in load header we'll do just this much, and we'll create another function. We'll call it load scheme. In this function, what do you want to do? We'll load the schema. So we call load header first, and then we call load schema. At this point, we have page size. Now we need to load the header for SQLite schema table. So we'll say page header is page header dot parse from self dot handle. Now we have page header. I think we should be able to just copy and paste all of this. Can we? Yep. And instead of storing all of this in SQLite schema row, we'll say, so this number of bytes in payload is not being used. This is an assumption. We'll just roll with it for now. And this row ID also is not being used. All right. So we'll say self.schema record 2. 2 is the name of the table. We're decoding that. And we are storing table information in this. Where's this record? Shadows name record from outer scope. I think they're just complaining about the name being used here. I think let's just finish this and then we'll clean it up. Don't give that. So we have a page header. We have cell pointers. For each cell pointer, we are loading a record and decoding that and storing that in our schema. So, all right. So we have page size and schema. What else do we need? I don't think we need anything else. Okay, let's use it now. So let's delete all of this and say db is database file, and for now we'll just do this. db dot, yes, that's fine. Complaining about protected members, that's okay, we don't care. Right, so that is one. I'm not sure if this line is needed. Well, we'll just leave it at that. Then we need to deal with this. So we'll do the same thing again. Database file, and in db.schema. Right. Then we need to do the same thing with this. I think up to this point. Database file, schema table name, and actually I think let's just create a couple properties here. We'll return page size, and we'll create another property. We'll call it schema, and we'll return self.schema. What else do we need? Yeah, I don't think we need anything else. Fix this, and fix this. Right. Page number is table info root page, and we can say db.page size, and we parse header from database file. This is a bit tricky. Yeah, because we passed this file handler to database, and now we are storing reference to this here, and we are also trying to read from it. So it will seek the file, and then that will lead to some, I know, some bugs, some unexpected behavior. So let's fix this. What's going on here? What do you want out of this? You're saying database file.seek, and then we are trying to read page header. So this is a page size, this is a page number. Page number is coming from table. All right, let's do this. Let's create another function. We'll call it page for table, and we'll expect, well, name is really the table name, right? And we'll just return the page header from this function for given table name. And if the table name does not exist, then I guess we can raise an exception of some sort, something. Yep. So let's say info is self.schema table name. And if we don't have table name, then that will blow up. That's fine. We don't need to handle that exception right now. What is this crying about? There is a table. Okay, so this is table name. We'll change this variable. Actually, let's just change this right now. Call it tbl. All right. So we have table info, then we have page underscore name is root page. You want to seek to page number into self dot page size, and you want to subtract page size from that. So okay, and then we can just return page header parse from self.handle, right? We'll return that. And at this point, we can simply delete all of this. And instead of that, we can say database file dot page for table tbl, and from that we'll just print the number of cells. Okay. Maybe we can also optimize for this context block somehow. We'll do that right now. Actually, let's create a function main, and then we'll say with open database file path read binary as file handler, database file handler, and then we'll do a bunch of things, whatever those things are. Yeah. So we can indent all of this once. Actually twice. And delete this, delete this, delete. Actually, delete all of that. Okay. Right, so what is this? It says database file dot read. Yeah, we can't have that. Self dot handle. Same for this. Same for this. Okay. Looks good. And let's do that. Much cleaner. Okay, let's test and see if it even works. So we need to check for DB info, we need to check for tables, and then we'll just run our queries. Okay. Run code, database, file handler, self load schema, parse record, parse column value for serial type and serial type, unhandled serial type. Oh, unhandled serial type 7. Huh. Is there such a type? What is 7? Serial type 7. Okay, there is supposed to be a floating point number. Content size 8. But I don't remember. I mean, we haven't changed anything in database file and it was working fine before this. So what's going on now? From variant parse or import parse variant. Oh. Oh, this statement is not used anymore. I think it was being used before. Let's see. Number of bytes. Okay, so it was this number of bytes in payload, parse variant. Right, so I removed that line. I removed row ID and then I jumped directly to record, and yeah, this matters because that moves the file pointer, and we are not doing that. We are not doing that anymore. So number of bytes in payload and row ID. Yep. Let's just where is it? Let's just paste that. Okay. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. This should work. All right, number of tables 3. Let's see what else. We have 3 commands, right? Dibinfo.tables. Okay. String indices must be integers. Main.py line 95. What is line 95? This. Values is a method. And I think we just use keys because anyways we are storing those keys in as sorry, we are storing table names as keys and schema. But let's see for now if that fixes it. Okay, apples, SQLite sequences, oranges, and let's say apples for oranges 6. All right, looks like everything is good. Cool. So that was our refactoring. Oh, it is going to fail the test. Shouldn't have pushed. Yep. Yeah, it failed stage 4. That is fine. That's all right. We're going to implement stage 4 now. Yeah, 4. Cool. So what's going on here? We have something. We are given a query and we need to read the data from this table for these columns. I think there's going to be only one column. Yeah, read data from single column. And we need to parse record format, which is an ordered sequence of values. Parsing, I think, is going to be a bit of a problem. I think, let me just stop this video right here. Go and read this SQL parse thing, because I don't, last time I read this, I don't think it actually does anything useful. I mean, it will tokenize everything if it is valid SQL, but apart from that, I don't think there is any way for us to figure out if, for example, I mean, if you give it a query, you can't say, tell me all the columns from this query. If it is a select query or if it is a create table statement, you can't give it a create table statement and say, tell me all the columns from this. I might be wrong though. I just need to go and read this documentation. So let me stop this video, and in the next one, we'll implement this read data from single columns.